Okay, what I'm going to do is a playthrough of Marvel United using the Vassal module that I put together. And for this first one, I thought I'd take it kind of easy just to see how things go. I'm going to take on Red Skull. I have Captain America and Iron Man, and we're going to do this multiplayer. I set out locations and put all the pieces on a little earlier. I rolled a die, and Red Skull starts in space number 3 right here. So my two heroes are over in the Avengers Mansion. We will start by shuffling everybody's decks. A little right click and a shuffle. I'll draw 3 cards for each of my heroes. And let's flip them over and see what we have here. And as always, you start with the villain. So let's see what Red Skull's going to do to us. Oh, and by the way, this space down here, this white square, I have that set to be an optional 3rd player space if we were going to do it, with 3 heroes instead of just 2. Okay, first thing Red Skull's going to do is move 3 and then add a bunch of civilians. Let's go ahead and move him 3, which puts him right here with the heroes. And he's going to be adding some civilians. Let's see what we have. We have 2 and then 1 on either side. So we'll get our civilians ready to go. Here's 1, 2, and we have to have 1 more over here. And 1 more civilian in space number 1. Fortunately, he did not BAM, but because of this effect right here, we have to discard everyone from this location and advance the fear track by the number of tokens discarded. So we're going to be discarding 3 civilians. 1, 2, and 3. And then the fear track is going to advance 3 spaces. And that is it for Red Skull's turn. Now let's see if who we want to let's see what we want to do next. We've got some Captain America's got a bunch of punches here, a move, and a couple of wild cards. Now I am playing this on the easy mode, so I'm using all the wilds that are available. Let's see what we want to do. Do we want to start moving to where we can take out thugs and civilians and watch out for that overflow? I think maybe we could do a move and a punch would help. Let's go ahead and move 1 up here, and we will punch out this thug here. Move him down to this board. Now, oh, and I forgot to draw 1, didn't I? Okay, now let's do Iron Man's turn. Draw a card. And let's see, a couple of punches. He is sitting there. Red Skull a little more squarely on. This one really needs some of the heroics to get rid of it. And we don't have but 1 heroic and a move here. Maybe that's what we ought to do. We ought to take the heroic and the move. So we'll get 2 moves, a punch, and a heroic. Let's do that. Let's go ahead and put a heroic where he is. And we have a couple of moves and a punch. So let's Let's move him 2 spaces here. And we will punch out a thug. And now back to Captain America's turn. Flip it. There's lots of wilds. And move and heroic. What are we doing for punches? A couple of punches. We could move and start working on old Bob here. I think maybe that's not a bad idea. Let's take these 2 punches. We'll move. Take a couple of punches here on old Bob. Take his down by 2. And we still have a heroic. So let's grab one of the civilians. And now we're back to Red Skull's turn. He's going to move 1. We've been lucky so far, no BAMs yet. So he moves 1 space. And he does do this action. Heroes in this and adjacent locations take a crisis token. Oh man, we each have to take a crisis token now. Let me find my crisis token. Okay. 1 for Captain America. We'll just put it right there. Another 1 for Iron Man. We'll put it there. Well, come on, move up here. And let's see. Now we're going to restock with some thugs. 2 in his spot. And then 1 on either side. So we got 1 here. And 1 down here. That is Red Skull's turn. All right, we still have from Captain America a couple of punches. Let's draw a card. And he has a couple of special actions here. We can give a wild token to someone. Or, same thing, another wild token. And then we have a whole bunch of wild tokens available to us, which is not too bad. I think what we'll do, because we don't want to BAM and have to deal with Bob here. So let's take these wild tokens. Now remember, we got a couple of punches here. Oh, wait a minute. That was wrong. It's Iron Man's turn. But same thing. You can use a couple of punches, and we can take the 2 punches from Captain America. So we've got a total of 4 punches. Let's reduce Bob. Here's 1, 2, and Bob is now gone. And we still have a couple more punches that we can use, which means we can take these 2, put them down on the mission boards. Now, this particular location says end of turn. You can move to any other location. Now, I'm assuming we could count this as our end of turn. And let's go ahead and move. Let's move down here. And we can start working on the thugs and civilians there. All right, and that was Iron Man's turn. Now we're back to Captain America. And at this point, let's see what our options are. We could do some more wilds. Got a couple of punches and a double wild. So let's move the double wild and the 2 punches. Let's use 1 wild to move. So we have, I've got 3 punches. Let's work on this one. 1, 2, and 3. All right, that's it for Iron Man's turn. Or excuse me, Captain America. Let's go back to Iron Man. Well, and he is down here. Let's start clearing off some of these people if we can. We've got a couple of punches and a couple of wilds. Let's do 2 punches here. Let's not clear this off too fast. A couple of wilds means we could pull the civilians here as well. Let's do that for this turn. All right. Now let's kind of move all these cards out of the way. This is our top card. I am for Red Skull once again. All right, 1 and a bam. 1 space. Going to have a bam, which means, of course, his bam says 1 damage in each location, which we don't have anybody in his location, but we have to increase the fear track up by 5. Now, Madam Hydra says a damage to each hero in this location, or take a crisis token. But Captain America has a crisis token. So let's just go ahead and do a damage. Let's move this card to the bottom of the deck. All right. Now, Captain America's turn again. Bring out a new card. And we have another heroic here. Let's see. But also the two punches. Sorry, I keep hovering over that dashboard and then it'll magnify. All right, we could work on taking out Madam Hydra with a couple of punches. And let's use this wild card. 2 more punches to Madam Hydra. And she is gone. Another threat down. And we'll use the wild to let's clear this civilian. Okay, not doing too bad so far. And it is Iron Man's turn. We can draw 1. Let's see what we want to do with him. He is down there. Got a heroic, a wild. And what is this ability on this one? Well, that doesn't do us any good at this point. What about we just play this heroic and take a wild? So we'll put, I think what we'll do is put 2 heroics here. So we start working on that one. Okay, back to Captain America. Couple of heroics. 1 still from Iron Man. Nothing needed here. Let's we don't need the punch and the heroics. Gosh, it's just a bunch of heroics and a punch is what we have. Can't do much of anything with Captain America this turn. But could Iron Man use something here? Yeah, Iron Man could use another heroic. Let's, you need a punch? No. And that gives another wild. Let's do this. Let's do a couple of heroics. Let's give Iron Man a wild. And we have 2 heroics, which means we can go ahead and take this out by using one of them. So 2 heroics is what we did to take that out. Now I can swap a card from my hand. Anyone in the storyline, I'm not going to worry about that right now. Let's see. We got 1, 2, 3. It is time for our buddy Red Skull once again. 2 spaces and we're bamming. Okay. 1, 2. Oh, this is not so good. Of course, we know we've got to run this up by 2, so we're up to 7. The BAM here. There's no hero in this location, so that's good. But we've got to add thugs all around. We've got to add a couple of thugs there. We can only add 1. And we have to add 1 here. And then 1 down here. And for the one that we couldn't place, we're running the fear track up again. Okay, who played last? It was Captain America. So Iron Man, and he had a heroic. Iron Man can do what? Well, we need to get rid of these guys where Red Mask, where the Red Skull is. What did I say this one was again? A heroic. Couple of wilds. Let's play this double wild. We'll use one of the wilds to move. And 1 to punch here. What was the other one we had? Was a heroic. So let's pull a civilian off of here. Okay, not too bad so far. Captain America once again. Couple of symbols, a move and a punch. All right, where are you, Captain? You're up there. You can move and punch. Plus, you've got that heroic. Tell you what, let's move. Let's punch. And let's rescue a civilian with our heroic. All right. Now, oh, I forgot to put that there. Okay, Iron Man, let's see what we got this time. And we're all together in one space, aren't we? Gotta do something about that. The odds are that the Red Skull's gonna move and do another BAM, and this is a bad BAM to have since everybody's gonna get 2 damage. 2 damage would take out Captain America, so let's do some... Well, we've got 2 punches with this. and this one. And we have a wild. So let's take the 2 punches. All right, 1, 2, and let's play our wild card here and do another punch. And we have what? A couple of moves. So let's go ahead and move away from there. Where should we go? We've got two moves. Let's just, what was this end of turn again? No. All right. 2 moves, 1, 2, and we can move to any other location that we want. So let's go over here. We need to start clearing this thing off. Okay, now we're looking at Red Skull again. Ooh, he just bams where he is. Oh boy. Which means Captain America takes the damage. I guess we'll have to do that. And Captain America takes 2 damage. Yeesh. Well, what we're going to have to do is just take this one and make 1 damage for Captain America, and he's down for a turn. Oh, and fear track is up by 2. So we're halfway through the fear track. Captain America is down for a moment, so he can't do anything. So Iron Man will have to play again. And we've got Iron Man all the way back in space number 1, which is full. So let's see if we can do something about that. We have a punch and a move there. So let's take a heroic. Yeah, let's do that. Heroic, a punch, and a move. Let's use a heroic to rescue a civilian. Let's do a punch. Take out another one of these guys, and for the move, I think we'll just stay right here. Okay. Now we can bring Captain America back up to 3 and reactivate him. Ow. Lots of heroics there. And a move, plus another heroic. Sheesh. Lots of heroics. Which won't do us much good here. So we should move, I would think. I say we move out of the way. Let's go backwards, because in case Red Skull comes forward, he could smack us again. Now I can search my deck for 1 and set it aside. Well, I don't think I have very many in here, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. Oh, I forgot to play that, didn't I? Yeah. And I forgot to draw, so let's bring 1 back up. Okay, Iron Man, your turn again. Couple of heroics. and a wild. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's use the heroics and a wild, and let's go ahead and get rid of this threat. So we're getting real close. Ooh, we got this one gone. Alrighty, that means Red Skull's going to get a little bit nastier here. All right, which means Red Skull's turn again. Gonna go 4 and bam. Woo! All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. He's going to end up over here. Fortunately, no one is damaged by his bam, but his threat goes up 2. And we need to load some thugs. 1, 2, and 2. Couple here. Whoops. Here. There. Could have got rid of a couple over there, or we'd have been trouble. It had an overflow. Alrighty. Let's see. Now we're back to Captain America's turn. Going to move some of these cards here out of the way. This was our last played. That wild. Captain America. Draw 1. Take a look. He is located right there. If we take those If we take those couple of thugs out, then we can get rid of this other mission. Although it sure would be good to get rid of Crossbones here, because he's a nasty one. But we would need, okay, we could, no, can't do that. We'd have to move and then do some hitting. And this one does what? Gives a wild token. Well, I say we just go ahead. We've got this one wild and a punch. Plus we can give a wild to another one. So let's do this. Let's do a wild and a punch. Let's take these two out. Use punches here and here. All right, that mission card is gone. Let's put our thugs away. Take the mission card off. Now we can each draw. Did I miss? No. We can each draw another card. Ooh, that's all my Captain America cards. All my Iron Man cards. Because we played 2, time for our buddy Red Skull to come out again. Flip him over and see what we got. For each crisis token, so we've got 2 crisis tokens, so we have to advance air track by 2. All right. And we did a BAM, but fortunately we're okay from that. But the BAM needs another 2 on the crisis. Yeesh. And we, let's see. Now it's Iron Man's turn. Where are you, Iron Man? You're there. Doesn't do any good to rescue anybody, but we can start pounding on Red Skull. So this one gives us a punch. We got to get to him, don't we? Well, let's do that. Let's play a move. And we've got that punch. So let's move here. Let's hit Red Skull, shall we? Okay. You know, when I screwed up, I've got too many lives on Red Skull. There should have just been 4 with the 2-player. So now with that 1, he's down to 3. Yeah, I had it set like it was a 3-player game, which it isn't. All right, and that's his turn. Back to Captain. Captain is there. Plus we have a move. Yeah, boy, just a bunch of heroics and moves for the Captain. Could move him twice. I guess we could do that. We could just move him and move him. Go this direction, number 1. All right, then Red Skull again. Now we got to be getting low on the Red Skulls. This is not going to be a good one. Discard all from locations with heroes and deal 1 damage to those heroes. Okay, and advance the very attack by the number. Okay, this is 1, 2, and there's none here to discard. We have to move ahead 2 on our fear track, so we're up to 18 now. And what else did we have to do? We did those 2. Yeah, not so good. Okay. And it looks like it is Iron Man's turn once more. It would be good if we could do some punching here on old Red Skull, but what was the last one here? That was a move. Does he give a punch to anybody? Oh, distribute 2. Oh, that's good. Let's do this one. And we'll punch Red Skull for 1. And we have a move, but we can give 2 punches. Well, let's get a couple of punches. Give him here to Captain America, since he's the other player. And we still have a move that we can make. But I think what I'll do is, I think I'll just stay there. Now, Captain America has a couple of punches and a move, courtesy of Iron Man. So let's move him here. And let's punch twice. All right, using up these punch tokens. And we have defeated the Red Skull, and just barely. Let's see how many more cards he had. 1, 2, 3, 4. He had 4 more cards, but we were running out of hero cards, so we almost lost it. But thank goodness we were victorious and took out the Red Skull, which was not too hard, considering this was a recommended configuration for a first game playthrough. We'll kind of bump things up a little harder next time and try again.